Welcome back, everybody. House of Agendas has returned.
We back.
Kenzie, we had a long layoff. We
We
took we
back.
took some time away. How are you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. Just been going through the motions day to day. We living, we good. Can't complain over here.
Now we took some time off, obviously. Now you're going to school still.
Yeah, starts back up next week, unfortunately.
Oh well, that looks like it could hurt the schedule, but we're gonna work through it. We're gonna be better about this. We're gonna find a day to make it work.
Hmm.
At least to make one of these a week.
Yeah.
Um, Big news for us is we are actually now our podcast is now on Apple Podcast. We got reintroduced on Spotify. We're on Google Play Podcast. We're on a bunch of different places. We're going to put the link tree in the notes here today. So we look forward to maybe getting some more listeners that way. So that was big for us. Kinsey, let's get into it, man. NFL season has come to a close. We're at the divisional round.
So quick, so quick.
It literally feels like just yesterday we were talking about Jets and Browns in week 2.
Hmm.
So let's recap for our year. Who was your MVP this season? I think it's obvious. I think we're going to both agree on this one. He earned it. Go ahead and say
The MVP, there was never a doubt. Okay, maybe for like 2 weeks there was a doubt, but there was never a doubt.
it.
Patrick Mahomes, I just wish like his last two games he just threw for more so he
Yeah.
can like get that all time record, but didn't happen. But still led the league in touchdowns, led the league in passing yards in a year where he was supposed to be down and supposed to get exposed, but still did it. So yeah, my MVP, Patrick, my goat boy.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you. MVP Patrick Mahomes, 14-3, tied for the best record in the NFL, led the league in passing yards and touchdowns. There's not much more you can say about that. I wish he would have went for the record also, but I understand the Chiefs wanting to be healthy going into the playoffs and things like
Yeah,
that. Pretty obvious. He ended up being the runaway MVP. What a season! What a season for him. Um, Defensive Player of the Year. Who'd you get?
um, I went with Nick Bosa. Most of like his defensive stats and like defensive metrics, it was up there. And the 49ers defense, I think since like week 10 or 11, it's just been like shutting people down. Granted, like the past like 2 3 weeks, they've been giving up like a little bit of points, but like before that, there was like a stretch where like they weren't allowing points in the second half. So yeah, and he's the best player on the defense, so I'm going with him.
Yeah. Defensive Player of the Year. I also went with Nick Bosa. Um, I just his numbers are just kind of eye popping this season.
Hmm.
He had 18 and a half sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He had 19 tackles for loss, 48 QB hits.
And that's with
He,
him missing some games.
yeah, and he really set himself apart this season in terms of his pass rushing
Right.
and as just a total player. He had a bunch of tackles and solo tackles, group tackles. I mean, he just really, really played well this year. That takes us into Offensive Rookie of the Year.
This,
Is this a biased pick from you?
I mean, I got like a slash next to the name. Garrett Wilson or close second, honorable mention, whatever, Kenneth Walker. But for Garrett Wilson, like he had like over 1K yards and like he had like a really really good rookie season, broke
Oh
the
yeah,
Jets rookie season, and that's with the revolving door we had at quarterback between Mike White, Chris Strebler for a quarter,
yeah.
Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco. Like we didn't have a quarterback to throw 10 touchdowns in like 2 to 3 years. So
That's
for
insane.
yeah, for him to get that production with terrible, and I mean terrible quarterback play, I'm going with him. But if you choose Kenneth Walker, I'm not mad at that. He's like a huge reason the Seahawks. Of course, Gino too, of course, but Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker too.
Um, I do want to say with the such inconsistency at the quarterback position, like you guys have had, to get 1,000 yards and be as productive as Garrett Wilson was with, with a revolving door back there, I think he is a great pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Hmm.
I wanted to reward Kenneth Walker as my Offensive Rookie of the Year because if you look at it, he only started 11 games, which to me is very surprising because the Seahawks really he really set the tone for them. Yes,
Yeah,
Geno had a fantastic year, but the running game helped Geno even more. Um, He ended up going for 1,050 yards and 9 rushing touchdowns in only 11 starts. He did play in all 15 games, but to be the starter for only 11 of those is impressive to me. Not to take anything away from Garrett Wilson or like Chris Olave. Chris Olave was right there also. Those 3 guys had really good.
It seems like he was like leading around the midway point. Did he get hurt or something? Because like he just
he missed a game or 2 at least. I didn't double check his starts, but and then that takes us into the unanimous defensive rookie of the year. Everybody has him. He's already one of the best corners in the league. Sauce Gardner, 2 picks, 20 passes deflected. He's a lockdown on day one. It's insane how good he is. It's insane.
Not on Sauce. It's just they're like in the NBA, like it's easy to like cheer for like specific plays or like specific highlights, but our stadium would erupt like when he would just break a pass up, and that's not often. Like you cheer for like a touchdown, like a long field goal, but to like have the crowd erupt because you broke a pass up,
yeah,
superstar both in name and credibility, and man,
really, he's the face of your franchise already. Yeah. Like he came in like in college, the guy never gave up a touchdown, and then he comes into the NFL. Like you expect, okay, it's going to take a second. No, he was locked down on day one. It's incredible how good this guy is. And to be the face of a New York franchise in his first season is awesome. So easy pick. Incredible season from him. Pro Bowl, All Pro, just anything you can do.
Madden, can my guy get abilities? He's an All Pro corner. He don't have inside shade, acrobat, deep route, KO, nothing. Come on, Madden.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like hard to believe that he's this good already. Let's go coach of the year.
It's gonna hurt the soul. Brian Daboll. Lord.
It's a good
the
pick.
Giants. Coming into the year, I had them at like 4 or 5 wins. So for them to have like 9 or 10 and make the playoffs, I gotta go with them. It was Robert Saleh before we just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
So I gotta give love though. Brian Daboll. Some people had I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, 49ers coach, Shanahan.
Yeah.
But like that's a really, really good roster. The Giants, so I'm going with Daboll.
So I like that pick. I think the Giants it's like them making the second round of the playoffs, like them, they squeaked into the playoffs and then they win their first round matchup. And they played a really good game against the Vikings. They made it hard on the Vikings. But I also like the Shanahan pick because of the injuries they had at quarterback. Like him just making quarterbacks work is such an impressive thing as a coach. That's more of like a legacy thing almost for me, is he's made it work with every quarterback he's had.
Yeah.
I went with Nick Sirianni from Philly. 14-3, tied with the best record. They were 9-8 last year, and they made some slight additions to the roster, but they're even better now. And he's taken Jalen Hurts and this team to another level.
Yeah.
So I gave him the coach of the year. It's close. There's a lot of good candidates this year. A lot of teams turned it around fast.
Yeah.
These rookie coaches are just it's weird to come in and win right away. So I gave Nick Sirianni the nod. Comeback player of the year.
Comeback. That's
Do you want me to give you the answer?
Yeah.
It's got to be Saquon, right? Or do you not want to give two Giants the award?
I was trying to think like what exactly is the criteria for that? Like, is there a games missed that it has to be, or like is it just you had a bad season,
like an injury or a down year? I guess like I don't know, kind of a bounce back season.
Would McCaffrey qualify? Because he did miss quite a bit of games last year. That's why I was like, I'm not sure the criteria.
He was on the list that I saw. I went and looked on Sports Illustrated, and they had it like they had Saquon, but they even had Tom Brady on there, so the list was a little bit weird. Exactly.
Oh, then
I went with Saquon. Yeah. He had a really good season. He was 4th in rushing, over 1,300 yards, 10 TDs. He had 57 catches, and he's the face of a franchise. Like, so, it looks like if Saquon's above good or better, that team just seems like they have a
Yeah,
chance. So I'm going to give him the nod.
yeah. Then yeah. I'll go with him too because like going in, I'm coming into this year. I was like, yeah, I think like his days of being a top 5 back is over, and this year he's like a top 3 one. So yeah, solid
Yeah,
pick.
he had a really good season, and he was very impressive in their first round game of the wild card,
Hmm.
which that takes us in. Quick recap: wild card round. What was your favorite game of last weekend,
Favorite?
or best game? Which game did you enjoy the
Oh,
most? You know,
I, the Bills one because when they were collapsing and looking terrible, I was enjoying that.
oh
But
man,
yeah, and it's it's kind of hard to choose the best one because technically, like the best one was Chargers Jaguars, but I don't know, like
that was
that.
the best half.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like the second half of that game was the best half. For me, I think the 49ers were the most impressive.
yeah, definitely.
You know, they really turned it on. Like Brock Purdy didn't have a great first half, and then all of a sudden they were gone.
Hmm.
Like the Seahawks just couldn't keep up. Um, I thought, I thought I was also. I'm going to give them credit where they deserve it. The Ravens really impressed me with playing without a full deck, and they were able to hang in that game. And it took a very impressive defensive touchdown for the
Yeah, yeah.
Bengals to extend that game.
I don't
I
know what
thought
he was thinking right there.
it, he's just trying to make a play, man. It's unfortunate, but like you got to realize how far away you are.
Hmm.
But I wanted to give the Ravens credit because I don't think the Ravens are as good as the Bengals. Now with Lamar, it's closer, but like as a roster, I think the Ravens don't have the same amount of talent as the Bengals. On defense, it's close, but
Yeah,
overall, I give the Bengals an edge. So without their best player, I thought the Bengals would be able to run away with it a bit more. So I want to give the Ravens credit because they did play a very good game, and it came down to a defensive touchdown to win that game.
yeah.
So
Even if the Ravens got 3 there, I kind of like their chances because I don't know what it is about them. They just hold Burrow in check this year.
yeah, no, they've done a good job this year. All right, let's jump to this weekend. We got a big weekend, divisional round. Saturday, let's start off Jacksonville at Kansas City. Um, my question to you, I think we both picked Kansas City in this game to win, but do you think Jacksonville can keep up with Kansas City in a playoff game?
No.
Because here's the thing, I don't think Jacksonville can turn the ball over 4 times in the first half and be it. I don't think they can come back against the Chiefs. I don't know what it was about the Chargers, really bad second half, but I don't think that can happen against Patrick Mahomes. So what can Jacksonville keep up if they stay clean without turnovers?
I think the only way the Jags keep up is if like the Chiefs. Sometimes they have like these warrior lulls where like they just have like 3-4 possession stretches to where it's just bad football.
Yeah.
So like I think like if Mahomes tries something crazy, throws a pick, or like the Chiefs have like some slight fumbling problems. I think if that happens, the Jags can keep the close for a bit. But I think in the second half, I don't think the second half is going to be close.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars have the weapons to keep up, but Trevor cannot turn the ball over in this
Hmm.
game. He cannot, and I think it would take him playing a clean game and Mahomes turning the ball over
Right.
for it to be. So I have Kansas City. That takes us to the Giants versus Philly. My question for you: can the Giants limit Philly's big plays?
Yeah. I think they could for sure limit their big plays. I think like, 2 months ago they got smoked by them, but that game 2 weeks ago, like when it was just like the third and fourth string, and they kept it close. That was kind of a bright side. I mean, a bright sign. And last week they looked very good. And to be honest, I think I might take the Giants.
You're going to take the Giants
I don't know. It's just
and the upset. I like it.
now. Granted, I'm not about to be on some. Oh, this is the Giants' miracle run back to the Super Bowl. No, absolutely not. The 49ers are going to punch them next week. But
Okay.
I don't know. They just like seem hot right now.
Yeah, they do seem like they have hit that stride. I'm going to go with Philly. The reason I'm going to go with Philly is I think their defense will do a better job of keeping Saquon locked up.
Hmm.
Not now, locked up might not be the right term. I still think he could get a touchdown and 50 yards, but I don't think they're going to give up the runs to Daniel Jones. Like, I don't know if the Vikings never watched Daniel Jones play,
Yeah,
but he had so much room to scramble and get free yards and first downs that it just made it really hard to stop.
yeah. Like I understand like the first few, like it was like a read option or like a broken play, but like he had like 40 or 50 rushing yards in the first half. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, what are y'all doing?
So I'm gonna stick with Philly. I think Philly does get a deep ball to Brown or Devontae Smith.
Hmm.
Um, I was impressed with the Giants' ability to slow down Justin Jefferson. Now he had 7 catches, but it wasn't like he
Yeah,
didn't get that deep ball. He didn't make that insane play to
yeah,
change the game.
yeah. That's one thing that gets me tight like about Kirk is the other like top flight wide receivers, they're gonna get a lot of targets no matter what. Like Chase is gonna get targets. Hill gonna get targets. But it just seems like there's some Viking games I watch where like
Mhm.
Kirk goes through these lows where he just feels not confident at throwing it to Jettis.
Yeah, no, he likes throwing the ball to KJ Osborne. Next game that takes us into Sunday, and this is probably my game of the weekend.
Hmm.
Cincy at Buffalo. Here's the question: can Josh Allen not turn the ball over?
I don't think he's gonna turn it as over as much as he did last week because that was bad. Like I think 3 fumbles, 1 loss, and 2 picks. So I don't think he's gonna do it that much. But I do see either a fumble or a pick. Like I don't think he's playing a clean game.
Okay.
But besides that, I don't know because it's the playoffs, so a win is a win. But both of those wins last week, like the Bills and the Bengals, they were like talent wise, like way better than their opponents. And
Mm-hmm.
yet it came down to final drives. So, but they're both there, so I'm gonna take the Bengals.
You're taking the Bengals. I
Yeah,
like.
because there's just something about their defense. Like they don't have top names, or like when you discuss top 5 defenses, they're never there. But it just seems like in the playoffs, they just get turnovers.
Yeah, no, they make plays when it matters in
Yeah.
these big games. I think I'm going to stick with Buffalo. I'm going to say Buffalo can still win if Josh Allen only turns it over once.
Hmm.
I think that Buffalo's going to have a hard time slowing down the Bengals receiving core,
Yeah, they're 3 number
but
ones.
I also think the Buffalo can still score at a high level. So I'm going to give the Bills a slight edge. All right, takes us into our final game of the weekend. Dallas at San Francisco. Dallas played a really good game against Tampa Bay.
Hmm.
San Francisco is not Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Can Dallas get over the hump against a team as good as San Francisco?
No, they're playing a way more intricate offense and a better defense. And I don't Dak leading the league, and I think interceptions this year. He
Yes.
had like a very very clean game last year. I mean last week, but I
Mm-hmm.
think this week, like between the pass rush from both sides,
Oh yeah.
they got decent linebackers. Not decent. Fred Warner, very good linebacker.
I was gonna say Fred Warner's pretty
Yeah,
damn good.
very very good linebacker. And the defensive backs, while they're not like huge household names, they're still solid.
I also took San Francisco. San Francisco's got talent everywhere.
Everywhere.
Now Dallas has some good players. CeeDee Lamb's a solid receiver. Dalton Schultz is a very solid tight end. Zeke and Pollard are a good backfield. I just think the 49ers are better
Yeah.
at each of those positions.
That Dallas's only win con is hoping like Purdy finally comes back down to earth.
Yeah, no, now that's a good point right there. Does the Purdy train end this week against a good Dallas defense? Could they stop? Could they make Purdy look like Mr. Irrelevant the last pick?
I
It's a
I don't
possibility
think
because Dallas
I'm
has a
I'm
defense.
saying this simply because like he can lean so much on the running game. Like CMC, like the past month has been going crazy,
He's so good. It's ridiculous how good he is.
just going crazy.
Um, all right, that takes us into let's talk the association NBA time.
Yup.
Lot going on. A lot of NBA basketball recently. Who has been your biggest surprise team this year?
I would have to say the Pelicans. Granted, I think when we did our standings, I had them like top 5, but I
Yeah.
didn't see like them being. I think they're probably no. They've been losing lately because of injuries. But before that, like when everybody was healthy, they was like top 3. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I would say that's my most
here's the thing
surprising.
with the Pelicans. They're missing Zion. They're missing Brandon Ingram. Like, they're not going to be losing these games when they have those two guys back, plus
Hmm.
CJ, who CJ's been incredible in this time off for those two guys. So a
Yeah,
lot of credit to CJ. But when you get Ingram and Zion back, it's not going to be the same story. So I liked that pick a lot. Since you picked them, I'm going to give Sacramento some love.
oh yeah,
Now if I remember correctly, I took them as for an over on their wins. But shout out to Sabonis. Shout out to De'Aaron Fox. Those guys have been playing like all-star caliber players.
yeah.
Sabonis, in my opinion, is probably an all-star starter. He look at his stats, dude. It's insane.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
It's
always
insane.
insane. Like like even on FanDuel, like his over under rebounds be like 13.5. Like whoa,
Like
that's kind of high.
you cannot get good odds on his rebounds or assists at this point.
I hate it.
It's incredible. They're the third seed in the West right now. Yes, the West is stacked very tightly.
And third?
Yeah, they're tied for third with New Orleans right now. They're 5 games back of Denver and Memphis. So I'm going to give them credit because I think they've been really, really good. I think they're a hard team to beat. So, and third in the West is impressive to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your biggest disappointment then?
Lakers. They've been better as of late, but I think they're below the Thunder right now. That's nuts.
They are Lakers are 20 and 30 or 20 and 25 right now. They are the 13th seed in the West.
Yeah,
Now,
so that's my biggest disappointment.
But do they get a pass because they're missing AD?
Not necessarily,
No?
because I think to start the season, they had him and like they were still terrible. Now he was playing good before he got injured in the air somehow. Yeah, that was like when I saw the injury, I
Oh
was
my
like,
god,
what?
that
So they
guy.
were playing good before then, but if still you have LeBron and Westbrook to be under the Thunder, that's bad. So I have to.
I think you're undervaluing the Thunder though. SGA's been
I am, but
SGA's been an all-star caliber starter, legitimately. Josh Giddey is a triple double threat every
yeah,
night. Lou Dort is in shooting improved. He's a good defensive player. Without their having their number one pick or without Chet, I got to give those guys some credit, man. They've been playing good
fair
basketball.
enough.
But my biggest disappointment, and it's a team that I overrated when we did our over-unders, I picked them to make the play-in. I'm an idiot. The Detroit Pistons.
Oh yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. Them.
Okay, with a caveat, Cade Cunningham has been hurt for pretty much the whole year, but those guys stink. So I hope Victor Wembanyama does not go there or Houston. I just want to get that out of the way now. I want him to go to like the Spurs or somebody and get to get with Pop or like somebody like that. Like, please don't go to Houston where they don't pass the ball, and please don't go to Detroit where basketball goes to die. All right, man.
Like who didn't they have like the number 1 and number 2 pick? Who even is it?
Wait, what?
Who like they have? Didn't they draft first or second? Like who was their pick this year? Like
Detroit?
who were the top 3 rookies? Like it was Paolo.
Chet got hurt.
Yeah, Chet.
And then
I could have sworn Detroit had a top rookie.
Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
I was wondering. He's like 12 points a game. I think he's struggling with his shot a little bit. You can kind of see the transition's been a little bit hard on him when you watch him play. I don't think he's going to be bad. I think he's going to develop, but he's just having a hard time getting ready or getting going in the NBA.
Right.
All right, let's jump ahead. Let's do our Eastern Conference All-Star starters. We're not going to do all 12 picks right now. We're going to do our 5 starters. Now, to preface it, I didn't do it like point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. I think in the era of more positionless basketball, I think you do the 5 best guys. So that's how I did it. If you did it by position,
that's how I did it. But for the most part,
All right,
For
so
the most
go
part.
ahead with your 5 starters. Start with your point guard and work your way down.
I had Kyrie starting. He's having good year. He's having like a really good year.
Okay.
He's always gonna win the fan vote. He's like one of the most popular players ever.
Unfortunately.
Second, I had finally having a better season than Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell. You know,
Finally.
leading. 71 points. Very very good game. That's like I was watching the Bulls broadcast. Yo, they were salty. They were salty at
Yes.
his 71-point performance. The three small forward, I got Tatum. He was before Jokic started going crazy. I think I had Tatum first in MVP and like the Celtics there. Very very great record. I thought they would take a small step back because of the coach, but clearly
Best team
they
in the
took a
East
step
right
back defensively. But yeah, regardless, for Giannis, at any point you could say, oh, does he have an argument for MVP? I think he's like the best player in the league right now.
now. Mhm.
And 5, I have I don't know why I wrote Jokic there. I meant Embiid. Yeah, Embiid.
Yeah. So
leading the league in scoring, always a fantastic defender.
he's
Like top 5 in rebounding. Yeah.
he's such a monster. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
like
Now,
I would
granted,
like.
he's a foul merchant. That's annoying to watch sometimes. But
Oh man,
yeah, he's a foul merchant.
it's unfortunate that it's become such like a part of the NBA. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I understand you need your free throws and everything, but sometimes it's extreme.
Yeah.
But I went like this. I thought these all guys deserved it. I went Donovan Mitchell. I went Tatum. I went Kevin Durant, Giannis, Embiid.
Yeah.
Now I know that's not really fair to other guards because of Tatum and KD. I think KD's been absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic.
I had him, but I don't think he's gonna be back in top. If not, he's definitely on there.
Him and Tatum are a toss-up right now for
Right.
me. So I'm going to give Tatum the nod because they're the best team. If you have to do it by position, I would change it, but I'm going to leave it that way. So KD, Tatum, Mitchell, Giannis, Embiid are my 5. Let's head out west. This could be interesting. I'm going to throw a curveball at you here. So give me your starting 5.
I had Curry. He's having a great season, but the Warriors aren't, especially on the road. I have Luka, nightly double.
That's good that you would slide Luka in there.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, he has good nights from time to time. Good numbers. He could raise like the free throw and 3-point percentages, but besides that, he's a very great player.
Could you imagine saying that about a volume shooter shooting 35%? That's insane. That's insane that you think that's not good. It actually bothers me.
Number 3, Bron. I don't think that
Oh,
we have to discuss that.
I got something for you.
30 points, not his fault when he's off the floor. They're like a minus 88. 4, even though I don't know the timetable of his return, but if he is able to play, Zion is like 25 or 26 a night. Rebounding should be a bit higher, but he is undersized playing the 4.
Yeah.
But like he's leading one of the top 3 teams in the West, and then Nikola Jokic. If it wasn't for voter burnout or voter fatigue, he would clearly be leading the MVP conversation.
I think he's bypassed that. I think he is leading the comp. Like I think he's playing so well.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging a triple-double as a center pretty much. I think he's going to win his 3rd MVP if this continues.
Yeah.
I also want to make a comment. Rebounding was never an issue for Charles Barkley, and he's the same size as Zion. So Chuck over Zion is how I would like to say that. So here's my controversial rebuttal to that. I'm going John Morant. I'm going Luka. I'm going Lauri Markkanen. I'm going Sabonis, and I'm going with the Joker at 5.
Not starting Curry's insanity.
How would you start Curry over John Morant?
He's having a better year.
No, he's not. No, he's not. And he's also missed more time.
Oh yeah. The time missed might.
Okay, so here we go. John Morant currently has the 2 seed in the West. They are 31-13. Golden State is 22-23. They are absolutely horrendous on the road. They are 5-18 on the road. Here we go. I'm going to go. We're going to go all the way in for this. Curry is averaging 29 points a game, but they're not winning, and he's missed a lot of time. John Morant's averaging 27 and 8 assists and almost 6 rebounds.
Yeah, 6 boards.
Almost 6 rebounds. And he's playing less minutes than Curry.
I hear you, but that's Curry.
John Morant is the starter. John Morant is the starter. All right. Now I'm going to defend my Lauri Markkanen pick over LeBron.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Lauri Markkanen is putting up MVP Dirk numbers right now. He is shooting 52% from the field, 42 from 3, and 87 from the free throw line. He has started 43 of 43 games. They have 24 wins. LeBron is shooting 51%, 29 from 3, 76 from free throw line. He's averaging 38 and 7. He's played in only 35 games. They only have 20 wins. Those 4 wins matter. Give me the team that is give me the team that is overachieving with a roster that was supposed to be tanking.
Yeah.
Over LeBron, who's had a great year, but I want to give Lauri a chance. I want to give Lauri a start that he might not ever get again.
Yeah,
even though he's been fantastic. So I'm going to give Lauri the slight edge for, hey, this might never happen again, on top of the fact that he's having a fantastic season. I understand LeBron's going to get it. LeBron's getting the most votes, all that stuff. Give me Lauri, and LeBron can come off the bench as the 6th man.
How do Fox numbers look next to Ja?
Fox?
Yeah. He's only averaging like 21 or something?
I mean, he's averaging 20. Let me double check. I had Fox as my last guy in.
Mm-hmm. I think like 2 years ago, I was like a Fox of a Ja guy, but now, if I said online, I'm crucified.
Fox is actually averaging 24. That's more than I thought. Jesus. But he's not he's only averaging 6 assists. He's not averaging the rebounds that Ja is. Fox has been. Here's another thing that does support Fox being on the team. He's one of the best clutch players in basketball this year. His clutch numbers are incredible. So that's just something to look at also. All right. Let's take it into somewhere I didn't personally want to go on this podcast. John Wall made some comments recently.
Yes, he did.
Which, it's John Wall he's had a good career. He's not great now.
Great.
2016-2017 Wizards versus the 2016-2017 Cavs in the playoffs.
Y'all didn't want to see us. Y'all are lucky Kelly Olynyk got hot in Game 7 because y'all didn't want to see us. Now, granted, y'all didn't want to see us. Does not mean we would have won the series. But you are bugging if you don't think that series was at least going 6 games. ISO boom, ISO boom.
Okay, so here's how I broke it down. In Cleveland, the Cavs would have went 2-0.
Debatable.
In Washington, the Cavs would have went 1-1. They would have closed it out in Cleveland. I would have gave you 5 games. Here's why. John Wall, Kyrie's at that point, Kyrie was just better. I'm sorry. Coming off of the finals into that season, 100%.
No. I think from 2014 to 2018, I'm taking Wall over Kyrie.
No, there's
no, not 2014.
There's no way you're taking him. From
2012, whenever Kyrie came in, from 2011, 2012 to 2018, till Wall got hurt, I'm a Wall over Kyrie.
You're not. There's no way you take John Wall over Kyrie after that finals. There's no way.
They score similar. Kyrie's a bit more.
They don't score similar.
Well, in the playoffs, it's like 25.
So many different ways. No, they do not score similar. Kyrie shot 37% from 3 in the playoff run on high volume, in comparison to John Wall's 27% on similar volume.
I wouldn't say similar volume.
All right, well that's why they invented Basketball Reference. Let's pull it up.
Nah, but this, especially in 2017, Kyrie over Wall, that's asinine.
Coming off the finals? Everybody would agree Kyrie was better than John Wall.
They were wrong.
We will take a poll. All right, next. The one position the Wizards had a legitimate advantage was Bradley Beal over JR. I'll give you that. But Bradley Beal struggled the entire playoffs shooting.
3-point shootings.
Yes.
I mean, he was a mid-range bucket at that time.
Sir, he shot 8 threes a game in the
Oh
playoffs.
yeah, he
He
got
shot
up.
28% from 3.
He made it when it counts.
No.
He made it when it
You
counts.
didn't, or you guys wouldn't have lost to Boston in 7.
There was a Marcin Gortat issue. He's better than Tristan Thompson though.
No, come on. You would not pick Martian over Tristan.
Okay, he's a better screen setter and post scorer.
Congrats, I guess.
Matters.
But that's okay. So if I even give you a tie with Tristan Thompson and Gortat, the Cavs are infinitely better at small forward. They are infinitely better at power forward.
Infinitely.
You think Markieff Morris and Kevin Love are in the same conversation?
No. I think
we'll end the podcast right now. We'll end it.
I think Kevin Love is better, but
Kevin Love averaged 17 and 11 in that playoff run on 45% 3-point shooting. Markieff Morris averaged 12 and 6. It's not even the same stratosphere.
We were death row DC for a reason. Wall, Beal, Kelly Oubre, and Markieff.
Those guys did not have good playoff runs. I'll tell you that right now. Do you want to know what they did?
Kelly's impact went past the scoring sheet.
I'm just telling you, those benches are very, very similar when you look at stats.
Yeah, I think we had the best bench player, Mojo.
Who is that even?
But Bogdanovic, the one with the J.
He averaged
the one with the D.
He averaged 9 points a game.
Solid 6 man.
Kyle Korver averaged 8. It's literally the same.
You see that free throw percentage?
Okay. So here's what I'll do. I will say you guys would have won at least one game. It would have been 4-1. You guys are not better. You guys were not better than you just weren't. You were not a better team.
Yeah, I want to see us, man. Like our fast break was too much. Y'all defense was bad.
Your pace was 11th. Our pace was 15th. It's the same thing.
Our fast break was crazy.
We had LeBron and Kyrie.
We have more.
Better. It's just better. Okay, so in the regular season, Cavs beat you guys 2-1. Do I need to continue? Offensive rating.
LeBron traveled on that shot, by the way.
Hell of a shot. He practices it every day.
He lied.
Offensive rating, you guys were 7th. The Cavs were 3rd. Defensive rating, you were 20th. Cavs were 21st.
So we were a top 20 defense.
Cavs were the second best 3-point shooting team in the league. You guys were 8th. Not bad. Cavs are just better. The statistics lay it out. The Cavs were a better team.
I mean, listen, when you have the best shot blocking point guard in NBA history, that might change some things.
Okay, so you concede that the Cavs would have won 4-1.
4-2.
But you concede that it really is not that close. That's really
it came down to, I probably would have been sending out tweets about please get Otto Porter off of LeBron. Something like that.
But you didn't have anybody else to guard him.
We had Oubre and Markieff. Well, Markieff, that was the big body. That's the big body.
Okay, but then who's guarding Kevin Love?
We'll work on that, man.
No, but you're not taking into consideration how good Kevin Love was still in that season. 17 and 11 in that playoff run.
Look, man, if Markieff guarded Millsap decently, I think he can guard Kevin Love.
Paul Millsap is not Kevin Love.
In 2017, he was better. He was leading Atlanta to the playoffs.
Oh my God, Paul Millsap! I've never heard Paul Millsap get this much love. I'm gonna actually look up Paul Millsap's stats before we go on, and then we'll go to the next thing because this Paul Millsap love is insanity. All right, Atlanta Hawks. Man.
So viewers, y'all do know that John Wall in the 2017 playoffs, he was like 24 points, 12 assists with 2 blocks and like 2 steals.
Nah, he was 27-10 and good defense. I said he had good defense, but
oh yeah, 27-12. 27-12. What are we doing here?
Nah, I had it as 10. All right, Paul Millsap. Let me see what we got here. Paul Millsap, Jesus, shot 44% in the regular season, 31 from 3. He averaged 18 points a game on 14 shots. Jesus Christ. Woo, that is rough. Playoffs. In the playoffs, he shot 17% from three on 3 attempts, and he averaged 24 in the playoffs. But he also took 17 shots a game. So if Kevin Love took 17 shots a game, do you want to know his average? Do you want to know?
Not better than Millsap.
All right.
At that point.
Jeez. All right. Let's move on. We're going to start doing this now that sports gambling is legal in Ohio. We're both going to be 2 bets for the weekend. All right. Give me 1 second, and then I want you to give me your first bet for the weekend. We're going to do a parlay.
All right. Mine included all 4 games. Let me go look it up. My bets look real quick.
Okay.
It's let me see. Lord, I have it. It was Kansas City minus 2.5. Mahomes 250 yards and Kelsey 50 yards.
Okay.
Daniel Jones 40 rushing yards, Saquon 40 rushing yards, and Giants 17.5. Now, granted, I know what y'all thinking. Did you pick the Giants to win? Yes, but I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like it's not gonna be a close game. The Giants are punching them, or the Eagles are punching them. So just in case, I had the Giants minus 17.5.
Okay.
Cincinnati plus 14.5. Josh Allen 40 rushing yards, Burrow 200 passing yards. McCaffrey 40 rushing yards, San Fran minus 10.5.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna keep my first bet simple for everybody. I like yours. We'll post these on our Twitter and we'll get them on the Instagram also. We'll post where you can find us on there. I'm just gonna do simple anytime touchdown scores. I got 5 for you. I'm going anytime touchdown. Travis Kelce, AJ Brown, Jamar Chase, Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I want the stars to be the stars this weekend. So I'm going with the big names. I'm putting $5 down to win 116. That's my first bet. All right, Kenzie, give us a basketball bet for the weekend.
Shit. Well, like as in tomorrow or something for today, because there's a lot of games on
today. If you have one for today, give us one for today.
I would take Knicks plus 5. Jalen Brunson, 2 threes, 20 points. And you could mix that with New Orleans money line, because like the odds are close. So New Orleans money line, CJ McCollum 20 points, Jonas Valanciunas 10 rebounds.
All right, here's my bet for tonight. This is going to be Cavs Golden State at Cleveland tonight. I'm going Jared Allen 15 points. I'm going Darius Garland 20. I'm going Donovan Mitchell, hopefully back tonight.
Yeah.
If this could change, because of that. I'm going Donovan Mitchell plus 25. If Steph plays tonight, I'm going plus 25 for Steph.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going 3 made threes for each of those guys.
Yeah.
Clay, Donovan, Steph.
And they let play back to back now?
I'm saying if those guys play. I want to preface with that by if these guys play, I'm going with the big 3 threes for each guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then give me Draymond 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And then we will post all these. We're going to have to wait a little bit for that Cavs one to see if the Golden State guys play back-to-backs. But that's where we're at now. All right. Last segment of the day. Would you rather? And here's the would you rather for the day. Would you rather play in 3 NBA finals and never win one but be the best player on the team? Or would you rather win 1 NBA finals, only make 1 NBA finals, but be a rotational player, let's say under 20 minutes a game?
Give me the 3.
So you'd rather go to the 3 finals and be the guy than win 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Winning an NBA championship would be crazy.
So it's like rotation, like a like a Shumpert type. Well, he played more than 20 minutes, but yeah, like a
Oh,
Shumpert
it's
type
okay.
player.
So like a Shumpert is like a good example. Like a guy, you're out there, you're getting some minutes. You're a rotational piece. So like a Shumpert.
Yeah, I'll still take like the best player. The best player.
Okay. I think I'm going to side with you. I would like to win the ring, but I would like to be the guy who gets you to the finals. I think
Hmm.
there's still some respect for that. So I'll be the guy who gets you to the finals, like you said. I think that's the right way to go. All right, Kenzie. First episode back in a long time. We had some fun.
Y'all.
We got new intro music. We got new outro music. We're gonna be on YouTube again. We're gonna be on all these podcast places. What do you think, man, going forward?
It's good to be back. Didn't want to just like return because after 2 weeks, at that point, like it was just like a weird part in the season. So we just decided, yeah, let's just return for the playoffs. And with now like it's more solid NBA takes because we're
Yep.
almost at the halfway point. So yeah, it's really good that we started back up.
All right, man. Well, that's all for us today. Check us out. We'll post all of our stuff in the bio, in the comments. We appreciate you guys for checking it out, and we will see you again next week. House of Agenda signing off. Later.
Yep.